Good morning. Test number 3 is on November 24th. That's the Monday of Thanksgiving. It is required that you will be here. Homework assignment number 10 is due tomorrow night at 11:59. I think it has 10 problems. The SI sessions this week that are required for some people, the ones that are left are today at 4 p.m. and tomorrow at 10:30 and again at 4:30. There are forms. If you don't have one and you're going to a private tutor, you need to come and get one of those forms. Those of you who are required to attend need to turn the form in signed by the SI or the tutor by noon on Friday. We will not have class on Friday. It is the presidential inauguration, so there won't be an 11 o'clock class. So whether they're having a 9:30 class and no 11:30, I'd have to leave at 10 to go put on my own robes and things. So there will be a timed quiz. We'll have 45 minutes to do the quiz. You can do it sometime between 8 and noon on Friday morning. So if you are intent on going to the inauguration, you can do it early. And if you're not, you can do it late. But it will be there for you. Yes. It will be on Thinkwell, and when you start it, you'll have 45 minutes before it's time. It will time you out. So that's how it was. Anybody have any questions or any of this information at the moment? Okay. I am going to hand back to your essay and your calculations page. The SIs all have the solutions to all the calculations. So what we're doing in the student training sessions this week is going through the 6 calculations because you need to be able to do all of them. So they have a step-by-step how I would solve it. So if you have questions, this would be the time to go and do that. There are various and sundry other study sessions going on off and on during the week, either with me or with Mrs. K or with some of the other tutors. If you feel the need that's something that you want to do, because we all want to be what? Successful, yes we do. And to do that, we need to work together so that we can all get better. Interesting information on the test. Okay, so things that you needed to know. There were 2 A's. There were 10 B's. There were 13 C's. There were 19 D's. There were 23 and there were 16 people that made less than 50. So we improved dramatically. How? Last time there were 50 people. There were 30 people that were less than 50. This time there were only 16. Now we didn't have as many A's, but we had more B's and C's this time. So we're moving up.
Rome wasn't built in a day. That Rome wasn't built in a day. Good. We got this.
We are building, we are moving up. Okay. That was information we needed to know. This week we're doing late night labs. We're doing late night labs and labs, so everybody's doing late night labs today. And we are going to do some stoichiometry practice. Oh, that's a good question. No, you're going to be at lab. Those of you who have labs today, I need to write it down. 12:45. At lunch. You're trying to figure out how to fix that in the future. Good morning.
I got this down.
Yeah, it's more the probably be good. Okay, so today we are going to do our stoichiometry problems in a slightly different way. Okay? If you were on odd numbered rows, so that's row 1, row 3, row 5, except you guys need to just turn around. And you 3 need to work together. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. There are 5 steps. I'm working to see those 5 steps in front of you. You're going to get the problem and we're going to read it. And then you, on your piece of paper, are going to write the chemical equation. After about 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you to switch. And you're going to switch with the group that you're working with. So you're going to pass it to the person sitting next to you. And then the next, you're going to turn around because you're on row 1. Yes, you're going to switch papers. After you switch papers, then you're going to do step number 2. You're going to balance the chemical equation. Before you do that, you need to look at the equation, and if it's not right, you need to correct it. Okay, so then you're going to balance the chemical equation. About another minute later, I'm going to say switch. You're going to switch papers again within your group, and you're going to write a plan. Again, if what you receive isn't right, it's not correctly balanced, you have to balance the chemical equation before you put together the plan. After you get the plan, I'm going to tell you to switch again, and then you're going to do step 1, and then step 2, and then step 3. You'll know if it's right at this point because I'm going to be doing it up on the board as you go along. So when I tell you to switch papers, I'll put the correct answer up there. You can look at it, you can change it, fix it if it needs to be fixed, and then we'll continue on. The purpose for this is at least twofold. The first reason that we're doing it is so that we do the step this way. Stepwise, you can see how each individual step is supposed to work. The second reason is that these problems need to go fairly fast, and so what we're doing is using muscle memory and brain memory to build up speed. Because if you can only do 5 stoichiometry problems during an hour-long test, each one of them is going to be worth 20 points. And if you miss one, you immediately have a B. So we want to have you be able to do it well. This is good. You think, well, how is it benefiting them? You really don't understand how to do something, how to do a process or chemical calculations until you've explained it to somebody else and you've stood up and you've tried it. And then you know how to do it. So the people that already know how to do it will get to verbalize to the people sitting around them how to work this, and it'll help them. They'll also get to see mistakes that you wouldn't have made, and you'll realize, ooh, I don't want to do that. Second group of people. These are the people that have a clue. At one point in their life, they did stoichiometry problems. Don't remember it too well. Could have been 10 years ago, could have been 30 years ago, whatever. You don't remember, but you have sort of an idea where to get started, and if people keep passing you clues, you get a better idea how to do this process. So in this process, someone is passing you a clue, so you get a better idea. Third group of people don't have a clue, don't have an idea where to start, don't know where they're going, don't know what to do. People are going to pass you clues from the second group of people. People in the first group of people are going to take pity on you, and they're going to give you information so that you know how to do this better. It's going to help them because they're going to be able to verbalize it out loud, and they'll get better at it. It's going to help the people who sort of had a clue because they're going to hear the information again, and it's going to help you because you're going to keep getting clues. So this process helps everybody. It really does. Please. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the problems that we have right here. And I have the pen that you like. Can I do it?
No problem.
Okay, so the first problem that we have here says hydrogen and nitrogen, combine to make ammonia. It ain't pretty. How many grams of ammonia are produced from 32 grams of hydrogen with excess nitrogen? So what you need to do is to turn around and get your roots.
Oh, we worked that.
You are understood.
Has everybody found your root?
Yeah.
Those of you in the back,
Would you like to consult?
Okay, get to know your friends at this point. The point being a good group is storming, norming, and performing. So just agree with each other, find out their names.
Oh, I can. All right. I'm in the third group. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't understand, so I'm not.
Okay, have you found your group? Have you figured out who's working with who? Okay, we're going to do step one at this point. Step one, you're going to write the chemical equation. So on the place, on your format, write the chemical equation. It's the spot up here that has the arrows. See right here, so you're going to put reactants over on this side. And you're going to put products over on this side. No, I did not.
Why did you want to do this? Why did I? Why did you just not be actually just
Do you have your
how do we know what she did?
It's NAD, right?
She gave us that.
You're doing one step. You're writing the chemical equation. You're only doing one step. And you have about another 15 seconds to get that one step done.
Yeah, you just got the combo.
No, there's seven, there's seven, like seven.
This tall, right.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to switch. It's time to switch. What you should see on your paper should look like this.
We're on our own.
So now it's time to balance. Did you switch papers? Keep on your group. Pass them around. We're not going to switch with just one person. Pass them around. Pass them to the left. Pass them to the right. But you must pass them.
I can't even understand the passing of anyone, let alone shut down.
Yeah, you're balancing the chemical equation. You're balancing the chemical equation. Okay, it's time to switch papers again. Switch papers again. Okay, to balance this chemical equation.
Oh, that's
Bring in the hydrogen.
Makes so much sense.
Now you're going to put together a plan. The problem says hydrogen and nitrogen combine to make ammonia. How many grams of ammonia are produced with 32 grams of hydrogen with excess nitrogen? So now you're going to put together a plan. You're going to go with plans for us to eliminate.
Yeah, I
I do. I have the same thing. Yeah.
Then you take the 16.
No, it does. You'll do one step.
Dude, I have to do all the stuff
No,
myself.
we're passing.
I can't do this. I have to do it like this.
No, Mr. Bentley, we must pass it. You
My
have to
brain
play
doesn't
my,
work that
no,
way.
you have to play my game.
Oh, I can't do it.
It's my
My brain's
game.
in another way right
It's
now.
my game, that is what.
I quit
My
my
game.
game.
You can play your game outside the church. Mine.
Is there a desk?
You have to give Mr. Nelson the opportunity to see other people's mistakes. If you don't pass your paper, you won't see it. Try, Mr. Nelson.
I did it, but I don't understand the passing.
Okay, you take your hand and you put it in front of Mr. Nelson. And this will be a good point for you. We'll be happy. See what community can do for you. I'm an only child. I know about not sharing. Okay, so time to switch. Time to switch. Our problem says how many grams of ammonia? So we have grams of ammonia on the right hand side. And it says produced from 2 grams of hydrogen. So we have grams of hydrogen on the left hand side. We don't know mathematical relationship between grams of hydrogen and grams of ammonia, but we do know one between moles of hydrogen and moles of ammonia. We have step 1, step 2, and step 3. Time to do step 1.
Roughly, 9.6.
Just doing the first step. If you get ahead of me, I'll kind of go too slow. Okay, take another 30 seconds. Finish step one.
Yeah.
Take another 30 seconds. Finish step one. I can sing to you the Jeopardy song for spell.
Do it.
La 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 la
Oh, wait. Were you accepted? Wait, this is not you're not
Okay, time to switch. Time to switch. Okay, time to do step number 2.
Yeah, I
Did I do
understand.
step 1?
Yeah.
I understand.
Time to do step number 2.
Yeah,
Step number 2. What is step number 2? Step number 2 is converting moles to moles, moles of hydrogen to moles of ammonia. Moles of hydrogen to moles of ammonia.
no, 2 grand. Mole grand.
Okay, it's time to switch papers again. Switch papers again. This time, we're going to convert moles of ammonia into grams of ammonia. So we have 16 moles.
So you find all that.
Hydrogen, multiply it by 17, so there's the moles of ammonia. If we have moles of ammonia in the answer, moles, we have moles, hydrogen, denominator, there's a T in front of ammonia, a premium of hydrogen. Yeah. 10.67 moles of ammonia. Now you're going to convert moles of ammonia into grams of ammonia.
Okay. Hey, the third page. Alex, I got it. Maybe. What? I'll make it. Not much. That's pretty even trade. I think the hardest part is writing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you should switch again. Switch again. Now we have 10.67 moles of ammonia, and we're going to multiply it by something to end up with grams of ammonia, NH3. What's the molar mass of ammonia? 17. There are 17 grams in 1 mole of ammonia. So how many grams of ammonia do we make? 182. That's yes. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Problems? Where? Yes.
What's down here?
Yes. You still use 17. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I was saying.
How do you know when it's just the one? See?
So it goes to grams.
Yes, Mr. Maddox.
Why was 181.39 rounded up to 182?
Okay, I was told that it was 181 point something.
181.39. I got it's 0.39.
Depending on how accurate you did it.
Okay,
Yeah, we did it
stop.
pretty
We have
good.
to have this discussion. Okay?
You're wrong. I mean, I just multiplied 10.67 times 17, and I got 181.39. So I rounded it down.
Well, if you round it to 3 sixteenths, it should be 10.7, and then you need 3 sixteenths there, and 10.7 times 17
No, round
is
to-
181.
But you don't round significant figures until the very end.
Okay, so I'm not going to see any difference at all between 182 and 181.39.
Oh, no, we don't change
Or 181.4. Okay?
it.
If it's less than 10%, I don't see the difference.
Let's go.
You need to hear this because it has to do again with calculators truncating or rounding. Depends on what your calculator does. And you're going to have a little bit of play in the numbers. So it may not be identical to what you see on the multiple choice. And in this case, it may not be identical to what you calculated. But is it close? Yes. Okay? Anybody have any other? Are you okay, Mr. Nance?
What? Yeah, no.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay. He wasn't smiling, so I thought maybe he was
He's fixing the drawing.
smiling. There we go. I'm better now.
It's been a rough morning for him.
All right, so we're going to move on to problem number 2 at this point, so you can turn your paper over. We're moving on to problem number 2, and we're not going to go as slow. Believe it or not, I can work these problems faster. Okay? So problem number 2 says, how many grams of carbon dioxide are produced from the combustion of 116 grams of butane? And butane is C4H10. So write the chemical equation. Write the chemical equation. Writing the chemical equation. Okay, time to pass your paper. Chemical equation is 4H10 plus O2 and O2 plus H2O. Now it's time to balance the chemical equation. Balance the chemical equation.
excuse. No, I know. And then you put it in. Five. You know you gotta correct five. You have a odd number. We can't have a decimal coefficient, can we?
No, times by 2 all 6.5 on 2, 13.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we're balancing, time to switch. Time to switch. We're balancing the chemical equation. We balance carbon left to right, we balance hydrogen left to right, we balance oxygen right, next, left. To do that, we have to put 13 over 2 and multiply the whole thing through by 2. So you balance the chemical equation. Time to put together a plan. Time to put together a plan. Yes.
Alright, so you take something, you change the
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you put together a plan now.
Okay, so it's multiple.
we're gonna go 2 over 8.
Where are you getting the okay, I did it.
They're just not starting to solve why do you put the one on the bottom? Yeah, it's not actually fun.
Okay, time to switch. I'm going to give you another hint.
All right, yeah.
Okay, now, the question says how many grams of carbon dioxide? So you're looking at
What?
grams of carbon dioxide. And it tells you you're starting with grams of butane. C4H10. You're going to convert the grams of butane to moles of butane. And you're going to convert the moles of butane to moles of carbon dioxide. And then you convert the total carbon dioxide to grams. In step 1, you're going to put molar mass in the denominator of the equation. And in step 3, you're going to put the molar mass in the numerator of the conversion factor. Let's do step number 1.
Yesterday, we just like 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock till like. You were still asleep, never mind.
Okay, has everybody finished step number 1? Yes? It's just me that hasn't finished it?
Yes.
Okay, then let's move on, because we have 116 grams of C4H10. We're going to multiply it by something to end up with moles of C4H10. 1 mole of butane has a molar mass of 58. Yay! 58 grams. Grams cancels grams, and we end up with 2 moles of butane. Move on to step number 2, where we start with 2 moles of butane. C4H10. Go! Mr. Van, did you pass your paper?
We just not started the new one yet.
Started the new one?
We just finished the old one. First.
Oh, you haven't started number 2?
No.
We're good.
We just finished them.
Just
Okay.
ignore
Mr.
it.
Maddox, would you make sure Mr. Finley?
We're on point. He's just a little confused right now.
Okay.
I just wrote my name. Does that count?
Yes.
Never leave anyone, always.
Always put something in Okay, we're moving on. Time to switch. Step 2 says moles of butane to moles of carbon dioxide. Well, you need to switch. Moles of butane to moles of carbon dioxide. So help me out. What's my conversion factor? What numbers are there? 8 and 2. 8 and 2. 8 moles of carbon dioxide are 2 moles. 8 and 2. Okay, so we have 8 moles of carbon dioxide, right? Yes. Okay. Right? Yes. Okay, we're on the last one. Has everybody finished this problem except me?
No.
Yeah, then you just leave it for step. Okay, we're on to step number 3. Step number 3 is in my chunky cloud. We're taking moles of carbon dioxide and
Oh, you're just going to be the hard one.
Stop, help me. Molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44. Hey, those are the
That's good.
152? No, 352 grams of carbon dioxide. Are we back? Yay! Okay, we are going to set up the last problem. Okay? The last problem says, you want to you're gonna see on the quiz on Friday. The last problem says sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid, and it should say combine in a neutralization reaction. How many grams of water or 40 to 80 grams of sodium hydroxide are used in the reaction with excess sulfuric acid? Okay, so this is one of those chemistry problems that we had, right? Let's do it down here. So we have sodium hydroxide, which is NaOH. And we're going to combine it with sulfuric acid, which is H2SO4. Yay! H2SO4. And we're going to make our products. But this is a neutralization reaction. And when you have a strong acid with a strong base, what do you get? Water and salt. Water and a salt. We're going to take the outside two and put them together, and from left to right, and then inside two and put them together from right back to left. So we have sodium and sulfate, which is Na2SO4, plus hydrogen with hydroxide, which is HOH or H2O. Now you get to balance the chemical equation. Go for it. Okay, is everybody, we're not going to finish this problem. I just wanted you to understand how it works. This is one of those quizzes that will replace the problems that you're going to do. You should have something that looks like this on the quiz, something that looks like number one, and something that looks like number two.
So we're gonna have a 3-question quiz Friday?
You're going to have a 4-question quiz on Friday. It's going to be timed, so when you start it, you have 45 minutes before it has to be done.
Is it all online?
It's just straight geometry, and you're going to do it between 8 and noon. So you can do whatever you want. Okay, quiet. We don't have class on Friday. It's the inauguration. Okay, so that's why we're not going to be here. Other piece of information. How many of you are math majors, computer science majors, environmental science majors? Listen.
I got to think that.
You can be a chemistry major. We have a chemistry major starting in the fall. If you are one of those majors, or you have a minor, like this is for chemistry, come to our physical science advising party, which is going to be on Thursday from 11 to 2. This is Kay, is making tacos, and I am helping.
You're dancing, aren't you?
And Dr. Starin and Dr. Goodman and I are going to dance with my Beyonce song, I Am Told. Yeah, that's what I said. It's worth it. And it's National Mold Day tomorrow. So, and I look for mold tests too.
I got this coffee, alright? Yeah, man, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry, I need to go.
The vibe, oh, you are! Stop!
You want your test?
Nope.
Nope.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes.
I got 100.